welcome to Wednesday Newsline. I just thought I'd join you today with another podcast. It's been quite a while since my last one, but there's plenty on the news there. The latest news, as I was saying there, it is two men plead guilty to attempted deception over dead man in Carlow post office to collect pension. I remember that case, it's ages ago, and community reeling from second tragedy as dad and son killed on trip during holiday in Turkey. That was a terrible disaster and tragedy. That's the and then the RTE news probe underway into drone with Made in Ireland stamp. Uh, Taoiseach pledges support during surprise Kiev visit. I saw that. He was in Kiev and that was the latest news on that. Aussie boss targets clear trend of Irish weakness. FIFA World Cup. That's the ladies team to which they're playing tomorrow. Uh, that's on at 9:30, I think, or 10 o'clock. A guide to how to secure Katie Taylor Swift tickets. It's on next year on June the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. That's the Cillian Murphy is in the Oscars race as Opema. It gets 5 stars on the RTE website. It just says it's playing for all to see in cinema from Friday. Cillian Murphy has joined the Oscar race with his portrayal of the father of the atomic bomb in the biggest lead role of his film career to date and his finest performance on the big screen. The Cork actor already has one accolade in the bag from 5 minutes, and namely, they can't imagine anyone else playing the theatre physic in the movie. So they should be worth looking at. And then the All Ireland, that's the main match on this week. Yeah, Limerick and Kilkenny, who will win it? I just It'd be hard to call really. The referee as well, a Wicklow man, John Keenan. I would like to wish him the best of luck. That's the match. Then it's on a 3:30 on Sunday. The main match. Just if I was make a prediction, I'd say Limerick are winning on results. But it's going to be close. Kilkenny don't do defeats, as I was saying there. They don't do. If you go look back on it, they don't do many defeats. I just thought I'd start with that Limerick and Kilkenny. That's the main match then. And then on the Bray People news, I do my regular thing on this. If I was to say, it just says in inadequate bus service isolates elderly patient. An elderly man who lives in Little Bray is struggling to get to his GP after the clinic in the centre of the town relocated to the southern side of Bray. So that's the case then. That's on the front page. And then Ballyman roadworks could cost millions. Safety concerns raised to Bray Enniskerry as road opened after months of construction work. And scammers target first responders. Auckland community first responders have alerted the public to bogus emails sent to businesses by scammer posing as the life-saving volunteer group. Water back to excellent after swim ban. The water quality of Bray Promenade has now been graded excellent, meaning swimmers can return to the South Beach. There was some problem there. Bacteria, I think, it wasn't working right. There was some problem anyway. So, public talk on Bob Meadow. Enniskerry's Bob Meadow Management Company called an urgent public meeting to discuss the future of the facilities in the centre of the village following the granting of a lease of a Bog Meadow Management Company (CLG) by Wicklow County Council in late 2021. Wicklow TDs wants faster action to reopen Cliff Walk. It has been closed for quite a while. It just says Green Party TD for Wicklow Stephen Manchu has called for faster action to reopen for hugely popular Bray to Greystones Cliff Walk, which has been closed to the public since 2021. So it has been closed for quite a while. And then more about the 83-year-old cut off from GP as Bray waits on promised loop bus service. Elderly, elderly patients of new clinic pay for taxes as failure to bridge north-south gap with bus route leads them lost. And Joe Bean is looking into that as well on the paper. Plans lodged for new 3 million library. Wicklow County Council has now lodged plans to demolish the small branch library as the rear of the library headquarters at Ballywaltham and Bray to make way for a major 3 million revamp of the facility, including in the application are plans to take down the railings in front of the South Pavilion and Buggerwell, move the rest of the railing and gates closer to the headquarters building. So they're doing that, and then Cafe gets green light to extend opening hours after planning round. Popular venue will now open until 8 p.m. on 3 nights. That's Clover's Cafe in Bray. So that's Kathleen recalls 15 golden years of service to town and Greystones. Kathleen Callagher seated in the centre with children and grandchildren. 50 years is a long time. Bray gets more e-bikes after 1,000 users sign up. The boat e-bikes, which was launched at the end of June, is already providing access with over 1,000 users. So, child rapist who lost battle to remain anonymous fails to overturn his conviction. So, Declan Hannon was originally convicted in Central Criminal Court of 4 counts of rape and 2 counts of indecent assault. So that's that. Mr. Joseph said the court had reached the conclusion that the appeal should be dismissed on all grounds. Reservoir Dog Sportive. Blessington award-winning Reservoir Dog Sportive is now open for bookings for the 2023 edition taking place in September. 165 people presented as being homeless in first quarter of 2023. Homeless crisis compounded by bed shortfall, I see. A presentation on Wicklow House and Service revealed that 165 Garden County residents presented on homeless from January to April 2023. And Kilcool Community Policing Clinic returns for weekly services. Wicklow Garda Molly Corbett has relaunched the Kilcool Community Policing Clinic, which was an essential facility in the community for about 3 years. Traffic calming at beach is working. 3 calming measures put in place at British Bay over the summer season has helped reduce the congestion. So, according to the paper there, Bank of Ireland provides 90 million of finance to 2 wind projects. I see. Murder, murderer sets up online dating profile from Arklow prison. Liam Bulger, murdered jailed over the killing of Christy Barry, linked to the Cumberland Birmingham feud, has been operating an online dating profile from prison. I see, and that's on the Bray People. That's on page 10. I see. So, cyclist serious injured when hit by gory motorists. So that's more news there. So just going through the Bray People quick. There's quite a few bit of news in it, and so then Open Sea and Open Arms as the sanctuary swimmers Winkle joint project aims to break down barriers for fostering integration through sport. From tech headquarters back to a grand home in the heart of Wicklow, overdone at 5 Wentworth Place in Wicklow Town. Interpret made overdone the home for his business, but is now back on the market. So that's on that. And then Wicklow Nationally members attend Healthy Habits meeting. Uh, Simon Harris promised to cut school costs for over 3,600 Wicklow families, according to the paper there. And that's I'm well into the news here now. And from Shaggy Dogs to Elpis, the Kilmacock show is set to trail on the go since 1972. There is something for everyone as event expands on 51st year, according to that. Sports grants rise to 200,000. Uh, so I'm well into the know. And then in the centre page, fundraising manager David McClaffrey writes an article about St. Vincent de Paul in his day job. Danny Alvey is also behind a new conservative and diversity project called Rewild Wicklow. He spoke to David Malcolm about his cause. Our job is to support anyone doing conservation work in the country. It has taken off beyond our wildest expectations. And then there's a picture there of Gorman and Quinn set for World Cup action with opening games taking place tomorrow, Thursday, against Australia and Sydney. So that's the main talking point. I just hope we do well. And then let the games begin. O'Gorman and Quill will represent Wicklow with pride. And there's a picture there of the Wicklow of the Ireland team. And then talented Zach set to represent Ireland. Jack Knox from Dunnage, Ireland Poetry. Olympic Federation of Ireland offices ahead of the Summer European Youth Olympic Festival. So great tennis player Zach Norton has been named by the Olympic Federation. Playing tennis, it's a tough enough sport to play, so I wish him all the best. And then more about the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship has begun. That match was Carnew Emmets 418, Era Oak 210. And then the other match was Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling. It was Glenealy 314, Avondale Banderick 11 points. And I see Bray were playing as well. Uh, and the other matches then were Arklow Rocks 214, Western Gales 212. So that was intermediate hurling. And then uh, it's online tickets coming. The online ticket arrangements were made to be in place for the start of the club championship. Addressing delegations, the online ticket that was supposed to be coming into play for our senior will not be ready for the weekend, but will be sending notification to the club. So they're obviously selling tickets online there as well for the club matches. And then it says Brace Bolter to victory over Kiltegan. Red card saved the day for champs. It was Bray Emmett's 19 points, Kiltegan 2-8. As you say, Bray Emmett's went on a run last year on a good run. And then the scorers there, Christy Morehouse, he scored 13 points. He's already off to a good start. Luke Maloney, 2 points. Owen McCormick, 2. And Kiltegan then, Shawnee Jermaine, 1-3. He was on the Wicklow team as well. That was the score there. So no surprises for plenty of interests to the man. Bray Emmett have been installed as the hottest of favourites to win this year's junior championship crown, and already out in front, Chrissy Morehouse with 13 points. So that's then, and then back in the final, Wicklow to face Mayo and Nancy Murphy Cup decider. Wicklow 5-11, Loud 6 points. So that's the score then, and that's the main. And Bolton class I see are installed as early senior football championships favourites. Wicklow Senior Football Championships is just 3 weeks away. Even before a ball is kicked, Bolton Glass has been installed as favourites. Bolton Glass are second in the championship table with 23 Miley Cups and a rising star. So there's plenty of intrudes there in the senior football championship there in Wicklow to come. So I just thought I'd go through that. And then there's an article then about John Keenan. John Keenan gets his All Ireland final. It was a hard day. It was 3 weeks after my mother passed away. I got it done, but it was an emotional day. When the phone rang last Wednesday evening, John Keenan was sitting at the kitchen table with his trembling hands as he answered the call and said hello to GA referee Chief Donald Smith. And after some brief chit-chat, the former Meath goalkeeper told the Auckland man that he was refereeing the 2003 All Ireland. So that's how he was told. Wicklow John Keenan is the man in the middle for the 2023 All Ireland hurling final between Limerick and Kilkenny, and it just shows you all the matches he refereed as well on the paper. So it was interesting just to see. I wish him all the best for the hurling final. So there's an article there if you want to buy it. And then French proved too strong for Ireland team. Murphy proud of his team, nevertheless. So that was that. And then New Wicklow Way Pat makes trail more accessible. Wicklow farming and living. We Wild Wicklow volunteers help out on delivering Hazelnut Farm and join guided walkers at East Coast Nature Reserve, according to that. And then there's MyFit Gym goes opens its doors on Newtown Main Street, I see. And then that's the main thing. Then the paper has been messed up here, so I'll have to go through it. Go through it more. So the all new. I see the Toyota car has been revealed here as well. All new Toyota CHR revealed. The new Toyota CR will be here in 2024, which it looks different. According to the paper, it looks a bit different on the new car there. So on the Bray People. So that's that then, and then I go quick through the paper. About the dogs. Dogs in Irish society. The latest report is positive. Ireland's dog pounds do the best to help stray dogs. That's according to animal doctor Pete Wedderburn. Laying poison to kill protected wildlife is illegal, according to this. The use of poisonous substance for the control of foxes and crows has been illegal in Ireland since 2010. And then this week on the track that was doing the run here was Oh Wackadoo, Wackadoo, Gilbert O'Sullivan and Vincent Don McLean. So that's the second song. So and then the top films, Erin Brockovich is on a Monday at Great Movies, I see, and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, film for 6:15. So that's the film then, the films that I just thought I'd go through the on my first podcast back, I thought I'd go through the main news there, and I just thought I'd get it through. So I was just looking through the news here earlier on, and I saw an article. I saw another article there about Donald Trump, and I thought it was a terrible article. What this man is, he really comes out with basic. What he said there, Trump calls the United States a third world country run by perverts. Yeah, so he really is coming out. Sadly, that isn't the case, and Trump has recently. So, I don't know what he's saying. Trump calls the country, so he's getting worse in his assessment. So, third world country run by perverts. The remarks, Trump took a lot of time during the nearly 2 hour speech to harp around the state of the country. So, if I put that into my thing, then what Donald Trump said, I'm sure it'll come up on it. He's getting worse in the things he says. This man, I just can't. I don't have any time for this man. It's Donald Trump. Nearly half Americans say Donald Trump's indictment has mishandled classified papers. His interference in the former president's 2020 election blade. So it's getting worse, as I said, for Mr. Trump. He can say anything he wants, and he does anything he wants, as I say, and it's still going on. So I just thought I'd start my podcast off there, and there's a good few things to see there and hear. So there's still the RTE thing is still going on. I think it's taking some kind of a break there. So thanks for joining me on the podcast today, and I'll be back with another one again. So thanks for listening, and goodbye for now.